All right, guys, so just before I intro my next guest, I just want to say thanks for the support. It's early days, but if you've been watching this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And thanks so much for the love so far. Right, so next up on the House Maiden Chinwag, episode 2, is Max Howard. Now, quick warning, if you are watching this on YouTube, he's offensively good looking, so just be prepared for that. He's got roots in snowboarding, and Max can ride for sure, but where he really stands out nowadays is behind the lens. So photography and content, storytelling. He's got it totally dialed in. He's got to check out his Instagram and you'll just get what I'm talking about. He works for various brands in the motorbike industry, doing some seriously epic adventures on 2 wheels, proper adventure stuff, traveling, shooting and riding. This one's a really good chat. We get into his journey, how he built it all, and also like his angle of taking photographs. It's pretty cool. He's got a pretty extreme way of shooting some of these amazing photographs. We talk about some particular shots, and yeah, just really enjoyed this one. So settle in, put the kettle on, enjoy this episode. House of Maiden Chinwag, episode 2, Max Howard.
How you doing, dude? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, good, man. Yeah, good. It's been a while, man.
It has been a while, but obviously I've been following all your epic stuff online, and just wanted to chat to you, get you on the poddy, and talk about all the epic stuff you've been doing, basically.
Cheers, man. Well, mate, thanks for having me down. I'm always down to talk about it and discuss it. So,
sick.
Yeah, man, happy to share.
Wicked. So, what's been going on, like, you know, in recent months? Because obviously it's been a little while.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. I think like the biggest thing, like I moved from just outside of London down to the south coast. So I've just settled in down in Bournemouth way, which was like, you know, a relatively big move. I think London's amazing. There's like amazing creative scene. I've got a good few mates there, but I think, man, I was hunting for a bit more outdoor lifestyle.
Yeah.
So found this little one bed flat, and I'm on the coast. There's like surfing every day. I've got the New Forest around the corner, and it's mad how much that's like fed into like, I guess, like inspiration and like the push of what I want to be doing. So yeah, man, that's the biggest thing, and like just kind of like channeling that inspiration to like some pretty cool projects this year. So looking forward to it.
That's such good news. Yeah, it's funny because you're close to my family down there, so I'll have to hit you up when I do come down.
Man, give me a shout. It'd be sick. Definitely. Hope for some waves.
Yeah, and like I did see on your Instagram, the waves of the day down at the Bournemouth Pier were like so good.
Mate, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was going to be like this consistently good. Like, you know, every now and then you take a bit of slop, but like through the winter, if you want a wave, there's been one. And like, man, I can walk out my flat, throw a board in the van, drive 2 minutes, and I'm in. So like, makes
that's epic. It's similar down in Devon actually. Like, I mean, we get really consistent swell, which is cool. But then obviously when it's clean, it's like epic. Obviously it gets a bit lumpy sometimes, and but even getting out when it's like that, you can actually have some quite good surfs. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
for sure. I guess like you lose a bit of the crowds as well, right? When it's like not perfect, because then people are just a bit more picky.
Yeah.
Mate, same with snowboarding. I was saying to a friend, like when I did my ski season, and you know, you look like once the weather's like not perfect, you're like, I'll just leave it. Like, it's the same thing, but like, you know, it's still going to be an amazing time to go out and ride, but you just get complacent, right? So yeah, man, I'm enjoying like having that option right now.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be too precious about waves. Just when I can, especially with my kids and stuff, just got to get out when I can surf. And like,
man, of course,
even it's just you're paddling, you're just getting paddle fit, aren't you? And you're improving all the time. So let's go back a bit, because I'd love to know where this like sort of epic career of yours started. Obviously, you know, you're a photographer and content creator, but you've got, you know, you surf, you skateboard, you snowboard, you ride motorbikes a lot. Like, you're a bit of an ATV. You're doing loads of different stuff, which I think is so sick, and you're really good at them all. So I was like, what, you know, where did it all begin? Was it? Because I want to say maybe it's something to do with the snow dome.
I guess that's kind of where we met, and I guess that's kind of where I like really like carved my teeth, right? Like it's mad how like that snow center in Hemel created such an amazing hub of creatives and like guys in the industry who are absolutely killing it. It's mental. But like obviously like grew up skateboarding, so obviously that was like the first thing, and that was the
first board sport that you got into.
Same as everyone, right? Surely, like, you know, everyone's got a skateboard, goes to the skate park, and with the shooting stuff, like it was always like shooting my mates and taking photos and videos, and it was never for work, and it was just for fun. Like, it's just we're creating. And then obviously as you grow and grow, you do more of it. I just went to college and then finished that. Didn't know what I wanted to do. Went to the ski season, and I was like, this is sick. Snowboarding's wicked. And then like snowboarding just like consumed my life for like 4 years, and it was like, that's all I want to do, right? So
it was, wasn't it? Because that's the bit I was trying to remember was, like snowboarding was definitely a big chunk of what you were investing your time into.
Massively, man, massively. Yeah. It's like it's really interesting looking back now, and like, not like, obviously I'm still in the scene, still understand it, still know what's going on, but like there was a point where it was like everything was about snowboarding, like the clothes I was wearing, what I was buying, what boards to ride. It was mental. I did my ski season, like absolutely loved that, fell in love with snowboarding, came back and then started working at the snow centre in Hemel, which is where I met people like yourself, Joe Rackley, like Tom Pilling, or the Pilling brothers, Jamie Nichols, and then like it just all crafts around there,
definitely.
And then whilst I was there, like, it was fun working there, but I just knew it wasn't forever. I knew it wasn't what I always wanted to do. And I guess like it was the same sort of time as Instagram was starting to get bigger and people were getting traction. And the stuff I was just shooting for a hobby, like, was getting a bit of attention from brands and creatives and stuff. So
wicked.
I was getting messages being like, oh, can we send you some stuff? If you can shoot it, you can keep it. I was like, oh my God, amazing. Yeah, I'd love to.
Nice.
And then,
that's always good.
And it's great, right? And then like that progressed to be like, oh, we can pay you. And it's like, oh, this could be a job, right? And then like balance the two. And then it got to the point where the photography stuff was like so busy that I didn't need to work at the Snow Centre anymore, so I can step away from that.
Nice.
Yeah, so I guess like that's like partly to play as to why like probably I'm not as like, not as connected to the scene anymore. But like again, the ability to go back there and like shred and like see the crew, man, it's amazing. Like that's something you're gonna hold for life, right? Like,
absolutely. It's amazing. Snowboarding just is, for so many people, has been like a catalyst to so many like amazing things, and like that's just so cool hearing that.
Yeah, I guess it's like it breeds so much diversity, right? Like it's a thing that you can only do in a very dedicated space. Yeah. So it consumes a very small part of your life, whereas the rest of you is like so diverse and multicultural and like doing so many different things. So like when you come together, there's so much to chat about. There's so much community. Like everyone's doing really fun, amazing stuff, and it's just pinpointing to this like incredible scene. So
that's
very
so cool
for it.
Sick, man. Yeah, so that's what. So that happened. Then you just started getting jobs, and then that was it. You just like, right, I'm going to be a freelance photographer. Boom.
Pretty much, man.
So, sorry, I didn't cut you off, but I guess then. So obviously this has all been around action sports. When did like the motorbikes come into it? Because obviously this is like, when I think of you, I definitely see you as like, all these things, but motorbikes is a big thing,
Yeah, and I think that's taken over, like not in the sense of like I'm not wanted it to. It's just it's been that thing as I've grown up. It's like, oh my God, this is what I love. This is what I want to be doing every single day. Like, and I think a friend of mine, Sharm, came around and he just passed his test and he just got his first big bike, and he comes around and it's like Honda Rebel, and I was like, this is so cool. How do I do this? And he like told me.
How old are you then? Is that,
man? I would have been like 22 maybe.
Okay.
22,
yeah, sweet.
And I was like, this is insane. How do I do this? And then he like obviously like told me what I wanted to do. So I was like, right, that's my focus. So I started doing that. And then it was kind of around the time my freelance stuff was like really taking off. And I was doing like food shoot. I was kind of doing anything vaguely creative, but very widely sprung, let's say.
Yeah, good move.
But I knew I want man, like, and that, like when you start out, you need to,
do that,
take it all and figure out what you want to do. But like I knew that bikes were like, this is what I want to do this. Like, how do I get into this? So I reached out to loads of like UK based like motorcycle brands like Mart, Herald, and then Herald, they came back and they're like, come in for a chat, like we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
And then they were looking for a photographer, so then I did some stuff for them. They gave me a bike kindly, and then from that I just started like deep diving into the bike scene. And once you're in it, like it's relatively small, probably similar to the snowboard scene, right? It's like everyone kind of knows everybody. It's kind of niche down, but really positive. So I did this job for Herald, shot a festival called the Mali Mile, which is like the mecca. It's like the spring break snowboard of motorcycling in the UK.
Nice analogy.
Yeah, quite niche. I don't think people get it. But so I shot that, and then from that I like networked loads. And then, God, like it just steamrolled and steamrolled. Now, now I get to work for like Triumph Motorcycle, some stuff for Harley Davidson.
Oh, dude, the stuff, man, honestly,
it's unreal.
Yeah, the content you put out, I'm just like, wow, you're just working with so many cool brands and stuff. So yeah, and then did you just do like an intensive like motorbike course to just get it done really quick, or?
Yeah, so there's a thing called DAS, direct access. You've got to do your CBT, which is like your learner, so you can ride a 125 or a moped, and then did it in 3 days to do your like mod 1, which is like in a car park, mod 2, which is on the road, and then you just get out. But I think the advantage was that I could drive, so like I understood how the road worked, whereas I think that's I think that's where a lot of people fail, and they go out and they're just like terrified because on this bike and there's bloody lorries and trucks coming,
of course,
so. And
then also I guess the snowboarding, skating, things like that helps as well, because you're used to flinging yourself around on one of those things. So
yeah, man, 100%. It's that bodily awareness, let's say, and like having a bit more balls, I guess, to like throw yourself into stuff, because like, man, the last few years, like I've like cut my teeth into like the dirt bike scene, and that's like, man, that's all I want to do. I
was actually gonna segue into that, because then obviously seeing your stuff, I've seen all the really beautiful like custom bikes and stuff, but then there's I've seen this big surge of like dirt bikes. I mean, not really motocross, is it? How do you explain it, the stuff that you're doing?
I guess it's like, a lot of it's like vintage enduro, maybe, crossed with adventure riding. So like, it's not motocross, it's not enduro. It's like it's basically using lightweight motorcycles to get you places that you can't necessarily get to. Like, don't get me wrong, it's amazing to like hoon around a track and like put yourself in some really challenging situations. But like, man, like the ability to like travel and like just see more of the world or see more of a place is like unreal. And a bike gets you there in a really good way.
Yeah. Where did you go recently? You've been in some amazing places doing that.
Oh, man, I've been all over. So I was in Ecuador like 2 years ago. Just filmed we filmed like a documentary that's just been released. So you may have just seen that. It's called Finding Latitude. It's on my page. Have a little nosy.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah, defo.
Yeah, it's sick, man. It's sick. And man, I went to the Himalayas, which was insane. I just got back from a race in Morocco.
And then you're linking with these like brands out there, and then you fly out and they've got the bikes ready, and you're just like off and on.
Pretty much, man. It's a mix of like, so Triumph obviously like huge. So Triumph are a great brand to be like, oh, we've got links all over the world, so I can be like, I'm going to this place, they can sort a bike on the other side. And then there's other brands where like it's more for the clothing or more for the adventure. Well, we'll be riding like some standard bikes that are out there, still like cool stuff, but like not necessarily bike brand related, but more like clothing or like helmet gear and stuff like that. So I guess like, again, the motorcycle scene's so big all around the world, and in the scheme of like transporting a bike around the world for like brands, it's quite easy. You know what I mean? Like Royal Enfield, they're obviously huge in India, so go to Himalayas and there's just like a fleet of brand new Himalayas waiting for us to get on and just go lose ourselves. So
that's so sick.
Man, it's incredible. It's amazing.
And are you doing that solo sometimes, or do you go meet people? Are you doing rides with people as well?
It's normally with people, but like not always people I know. So like it's a lot of like, again, like I guess community led stuff, right? So like through socials or whatever, like people kind of know each other. But a lot of the time, man, I just kind of just rock up and people are already there, and like we've obviously got such like amazing things to gel over, and like
of course,
man, you go on an adventure and you build such a strong like
of course,
it's amazing.
You're experiencing these epic things, and of course, it's just like you're in it together, so it must feel amazing.
Yeah, man, it's great. There's no better feeling. I think the problem is it's like spiked anything else, because all I want to do is just fuck off and go to a beautiful country and ride bikes with cool people. So
of course. So is that what you're doing? Because obviously I saw you surfing recently when you're at home, but most of the time your like work is evolved around motorbikes.
Yeah, man. So I think it's quite well mixed between like some big substantial trips that like eat up a lot of my time, which are like, I guess they're the golden goose, which are kind of like what I want to be doing as most of as I can. And then there's like smaller shoots like in and around London or in and around the UK for either like motorbike brands or like clothing brands, stuff like that. And then like the ability to still be able to go and shoot for other brands as well, like works really well. So I think like managing to tie in this trifecta of like photography, bike riding, and like some like modeling stuff, like it just creates this beautiful little bubble of all the stuff I enjoy.
exactly.
for the brands I want to be with, and it's great.
Yeah. Oh man, good on you, dude. That's epic. Love to hear it.
Cheers, bro.
My next question was do you think sort of snowboarding, skating, and surfing is sort of those skill sets helped your work? But literally, I think we've just completely covered
that. yeah, man. I think they
have really, haven't they? Do you know what I mean?
For sure. And again, it's that thing of like, it's not just the bodily awareness and like, it's all that the having the balls to go and throw yourself into situations. It's just like that mindset of being like, you're probably going to fail. You're probably going to hurt yourself. You're probably going to get yourself in situations you don't really want to be in, but like, it is fine. Like, you'll get through that. And like, that's a big one to take with you, whether you're a photographer, an entrepreneur, a rider, anything. Like, there's, man, I think most, I'm so unbelievably grateful for all the action sports stuff has taught me for life. Absolutely. Forward. But you must be the same. You must be the same. Like, even with the kids, right? Like, surely that's taught you a fair bit with that.
Definitely. Especially surfing. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, just getting pummeled all the time, and you know what I mean? And like getting knocked down, and just chasing a wave and figuring it all out. For sure, you can put that analogy into life, can't you? Just keep going. It's like, it makes you really resilient, doesn't it? So yeah, I love that. That's a really good take. Actually, Eva's got a little book. It's about this little boy called Mop the Surfer, and it's a kid's book which teaches you, which is explaining the analogy of surfing and how surfing's like life. It's really cool. So love that, man. That's so cool. All right, listen, I'm going to go into photography a bit, because obviously you are a photographer. So anyone listening to this who's, into photography, I was just going to ask you, it's probably a hard question, but what do you like shooting the most, and what kind of camera do you enjoy working with the most? Like,
man, what I enjoy shooting the most, like, I guess like
it's quite there's a big spec. Obviously, you're doing lots of stuff, so it's quite hard to like what. But I don't know. Like, would it be shooting? I saw some surf shots the other day you shot. And they looked amazing. Do you know what I mean? Is there any like anything which you're particularly like into?
I think like, again, I think coming from like the skate scene and the snowboard scene, like the ability to put yourself in the action. So whether or not you are, let's say I'm shooting a motocross event, right? Like, I want to be underneath the bloody tabletop as someone's flying over, and there's a fucking back tire in my face, and it's just like, whoa, and it like puts you in the shot, right? And I think that comes from like wanting to do it myself, but I can't. I've got to take the photo, but how do I fill myself up enough with the the adrenaline shooting? So anything that like really puts me in the action. So like,
that's awesome. That's a great answer.
Be that like traveling, where like I'm going through the hardships of the rain and like the horrible weather, but like we're still capturing the moment, like something that really like makes you work for the image, opposed to like having the most beautiful, really set up, like amazing light, beautiful sunset. Like, that's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but like it doesn't enthrall me, I guess. So,
that's what gets you going. Is like being in the action.
Yeah, man. I want to like work for it. I want to look back at that photo and be like, whoa, man, I was going through hell to get that. So
sick. That is a great answer, dude. I can imagine you then. Have you explored with surf photography at all, like getting in the water with a camera?
Yeah, man. I had housing a couple of years back, but it was when I was living in London, right? So like, obviously, it's so few and far between. Yeah. If I'm going all the way down to the coast, like I just want to go surf. So
I was gonna say, I knew you were gonna say that. Like, you actually want to surf. You don't want to take pictures, do you? You want to.
Yeah, that's it, man. And like, that's where Bournemouth's great, because it's got the pier. So like, I can just pitch up on the pier, shoot some like wicked stuff. Like the sunset like sets just behind everybody, and the light you get through is like insane.
Amazing. Oh,
but
dude, sick.
It's always that toss up, being like, I could surf. And normally what it is, if my wetsuit's wet, I'm like, I'll go take photos. Like, I don't want to put a wetsuit on. So it balances out quite nicely.
You should come down and see us down here one weekend. You'd honestly, you would love it. Like there's some local guys I met down here who shoot. Man, they honestly, same thing. The light, they just get some beautiful photos. They'll get amongst the cliffs here, and like, and I mean, sometimes the swell down here is like, I've got no place going out there. It's like literally like 6 to 8 foot and barreling, and it is insane. I just sometimes just watch on the beach, and there'll just be the dudes out there getting barreled, and it's like Croydon turns into a world class like surfing wave.
Man, I've seen Croydon some big days, and it's just like it's heavy, right?
Nuts. Yeah, you would love it. It'd be sick for for taking photos and stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll have to come down. I'll give you a shout.
Defo. So, what other questions have I got for you? Oh, yeah, this one I've answered as well. It was about snowboarding, but we know that where that all started. Okay, I'll put this on the screen when I do the video. But there was a photo on your Instagram I saw not long ago, and I literally, if there was like a love button or like a freaking like 20 like button, I would have hit it. There's one. I'm actually not sure if it's you or someone else, but someone burning it on a motorbike, and there's a camel running like 100 miles per hour with this bike. Can you tell us about that shot? Because
so that was shot by my really close friend Jake Bagley, who lives like round the corner from me. Incredible photographer. Like he's like one of the dudes I've inspired to like get inspiration and just like
he's inspiration,
being around for a while. And we were out in Morocco on a event called Scram Africa, run by Fuel Motorcycles, and it's like God, it was 8 days just traversing through like hell on a motorcycle.
Wow. Yeah.
So I was doing it for Royal Enfield, and they gave me a Bear 650, which is like a really good bike. This isn't me slating it, but it's not the bike you'd choose to go through the desert or like riverbeds. And like, man, I just put this thing through hell, and it like just kept going. So like we were like, our bodies were knackered, the bike's just a bit. We were just like, oh. Anyway, we've got like, it's like second to last day, and we're just like hooning back. Like there's a like relatively long road section. It's getting a bit dull. We're like, okay, we've got a bit of go. And we're like, some fucking camels over there, and they're just wild, right? They're just cruising around.
Really?
I don't know if you've been to Morocco. Like you can kind of do anything. So
no, is it a bit off? Bit no, like Bali's a bit like that, sort of no rules.
Pretty much, man. But like, I guess like where Bali's like so busy.
Yeah.
This is just vast, right? You could see like nothing.
Wow.
So we were just like on this little track surrounded by desert. And then we saw these like herd of camels, and we were like, oh, let's just go like cruise over. And we're going really slow. And then Jake's like, Max, he's on the back of he's on the back of Jamie's bike, and he's like sat here like this, and he's like trying to like angle me in. We've got no comms, so we don't really know what he's doing. He's just shouting across the bloody desert to try and figure it out. And I kind of gauged what he wanted, and it was like
wicked.
We like without sounding like we herded this bloody camel. It was just this one camel who was going back to its crew, and like we managed to go around the back of it. Jane was here, the camel's in the middle, and we were just like riding. This camel's going full pelt, and obviously like I'm keeping enough distance not to scare it, but like you've got a very little time.
It is like caning it, because it looks like
it is full pelt. The maddest thing is like they're quick, but they don't look like they should be built to go fast, right? They're so gangly, right?
Yeah.
And this thing's caning it, and like we're trying to like pitch it up. We're trying to like line me up with the camel with Jake and Jamie and the bike, and like we're like, oh, we don't know if we got it. And we get back to camp that night, and then Jake's going through his photos, and he's like,
wow, so he didn't know he actually got the shot.
Literally, man, because it was so dusty. It was so like he had like goggles, gloves, everything, and like this camel was like running full pelt, and he's like bouncing the back of this bike.
That makes it even better. That's even better. Do you know what I mean?
It was crazy, man. So yeah, we get back to camp. He's like starting to import everything, and it's like, man, like we got it. And then like shows you the photo, and it's just like, it's unreal, man. Unreal.
It is unreal. I mean, I'd have that printed for sure. That photo is just so cool. I mean, lots of your photos stand out. I love, but that one really stood out to me. I just was like, that was something special.
that was one of those moments where, because again, the same with the surfing thing, right? It's like I'd either want to be shooting or want to be in it. And like that was one of those like,
you were well and
kind of wish I got that shot, but it was really nice to like be the one riding in the photo as well. So like, you know, it like satisfied me in that sense as well. So,
of course, yeah. You really were in that one. It was a team. I mean, that's the nice thing, isn't it? I can relate from snowboarding. Is I love that feeling of working with a photographer and getting the shot, collectively together. You know, it just feels good, doesn't it? Especially when you're
100%. And like again, like the energy that builds from this one moment that we all experience. It's like, wow, it's so good. So like, man, as long as we're all involved in it in some way.
Yeah, that's it. Just that one moment, and then that whole, you've just pictured a whole scene there. It's just so cool. That's epic. Love hearing that, man. Okay, what we got next? Okay, what's one of the most memorable photographs you've taken? So like, obviously I was saying something which stood out for me, but what about you? Is there a photograph for you that you're just like, you know, one particular one which you're just like, really stands out or proud of?
I guess in recent times, like I was saying before about like putting myself in the action, right, and like feeling like the excitement, the thrill. It's like trying to portray that in photography and bikes. What I've like kind of honed in my skill of being able to ride a motorcycle quite fast while shooting with the wrong hand, and like capture moments that are just like, whoa, this is insane.
Yeah.
And I was on this bike rally shooting for a company called Mallet London, who like a clothing brand. They make some really beautiful stuff. They do events. And it was the last day, and me and Robert, who's the founder, basically we had to get to the end point before anyone else. And Robert is an incredibly good rider and an incredibly fast rider, right? And
Sick.
he's on this like little calf racer from Royal Enfield that's like tuned to the buggery, like just absolutely shifts. I'm on this big cruiser thing from Triumph, which is like also fast, but like a boat, let's say.
Yeah.
We've ridden all the way out from the Lizard down in Cornwall, all the way up to the, what's it called, Castle May in top point of Scotland.
Okay, cool.
Over 7 days, and it's like we've had rain, we've had sun, we've had like crashes, we've had everything, right? And it's the last day, and we're at this beautiful point of like northern Scotland, and it's just the most beautiful blue sky. It's open. It's the most like insane terrain, and I'm just like chasing Rob to keep up with him. No intention of shooting, but I'm like, this is so beautiful. I need to get my camera out to shoot. So like, camera's like round my side, and I'm like kind of like fighting it around whilst I'm trying to keep up.
While you're riding a bike.
Whilst I'm riding, I'm trying to like get this arm through so I can like flick it around. Anyway, I managed to flick this camera around, and I'm holding it in my left hand. I'm like ragging it with the right, and I'm just trying to catch this moment. Anyway, I get just behind Rob, and like as he's like kind of like coming into like leaning to a corner, and I'm like shooting with a wide lens. So I'm so close to him.
Oh my God.
And again, I'm just like, fuck, I hope I get it. And then I got it. And then again, same thing was like Jake. When I got back to camp, I was like, this is insane. I think I've got it on pretty hot.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. I'll put it in the video when I edit this, but
this one, you can see with the glare. But it's like, man, we must have been going about 80 miles an hour. And like full chat, and like it's like so like tack sharp, and like you can see the landscape is like falling in. Man, it was so good.
Wow,
it was so
Max,
good.
Sterling work, my friend. That is epic.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And I think like what I've like really realized, I think like in the last year, like I had a moment that like really like in the least profound way, like really spoke to me. And it's like it's not actually always about the photo; it's about the moment that you shot the photo, right? So like that, like I love it. I'm really stoked with it. But like, you know, the way it transports me back straight away to that moment, you know, that itself, the moment is the photo. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what you actually capture; it's what it kind of holds true to you. So
I think
that means so much. Like,
yeah, dude, that's amazing. I hope some photographers are going to tune into this, because that is just epic. You know, hearing that.
Cheers,
so
man. Thank you.
Really, really cool. All right, cool. What have we got? What's the it's a random one I just wrote? What's the fastest you reckon you've been on a bike? Like, do you know, like, is there like a particular day where you're just like maxing some bike out?
The two that have like stood out. Recently, I was doing like an amateur rally through Morocco, and I was on a Triumph dirt bike. And the same as like before, like Morocco is just so vast and so open.
Yeah. So just, and like, it must feel amazing just be able to just.
But the maddest thing is like you're just like full chat, and like you're through a desert, right? So there's like a GPS like arrow, but there's no track, and you're just going. So there's like rocks and everything. So like there was one point I was going like over 100 miles an hour on a dirt bike off road, and there's just like rocks and stuff coming at you, and it's mad. Like you hit a point where like you're just so zen, you're just so like everything's just so calm, and you're just like so in tune with what's coming in you. You're not taking in anything else. You're just like focused in. And like that was an amazing experience. And then I had like an old 90s Daytona, which is like an old 90s sports bike, which like isn't my thing at all, but I've got it for £1,000. I was like, this is sick. Yeah. And I ragged over to my mates in Weymouth, and on the ride back, like the sun had just gone down, the light was nice, and it was quiet. And I was like, see how far this thing goes. Got like 130 on it, and it was just like, it was just like, what the fuck? Oh, it was amazing. Dude, but then I sold it because I thought I'd get myself in trouble. So
there's just, I haven't had much experience on motorbikes. I actually can ride them. I can ride a bike, go through the gears and whatnot. And I in Bali, actually, my wife got me. She took us motocross riding in the jungle and stuff like that. It was really fun. But like I've never I did open the bike up a bit, but I could not imagine doing 130 miles per hour. It's just, for me, just some days it's like you're just relying on that machine just to like keep you solid. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you can't. Same as snowboarding, right? You can't think about like you're hurtling down a mountain on a bit of bloody wood, flapping on some snow. Like you just can't think about that. Like, you know, you just got to be in that moment and
I'm used to mountain bikes, but even on my mountain bike, when I was racing and stuff, it was I don't know, probably go 35, 40 miles per hour tops, but 130 is like wild.
Yeah. Are you still out on the bike much? Mountain bike?
No, I had a run in lockdown times. I got a new bike and I did about 2-3 years riding Surrey Hills quite a lot, and I loved it because it was crazy actually, because I'd stopped riding bikes when I was like 19, started snowboarding and didn't ride bikes at all, mountain bikes. But it was crazy at whatever I was, 36, I got back on a mountain bike. And honestly, dude, it was like it never left me.
No
like
way.
I went to a bike park. I mean, I've been snowboarding, so that might have something to do with it, but went to a bike park with a load of mates for like this, it was like I think it was like a stag do thing. Went to this bike park and I borrowed a rental bike. And honestly, it never left me. I was just like going off the drops and the jumps. And my mate's like, this is nuts. It's like you never stopped. I was like, it's just like, it's like riding a bike, isn't it? It's sort of ingrained in your brain. So, I don't know. I had 3 years riding. It was really fun. And then annoyingly, the bike got nicked in London. And then now I'm down here. So I'm just investing my time into surfing. So
yeah, that makes sense, man. Is there a scene for mountain biking down there?
There is actually. Yeah. It's I think it's quite small, but James Staniford, he's a UK snowboarder. You might have heard of his name. He rides a lot with his kids, and there's a little scene around here and stuff like that. So, I think there's some good bike parks in Cornwall and stuff like that. So it's like something I would be tempted to do, but surfing, I really want to get good at surfing. And
it's mad how there's nothing else that compares to surfing, isn't there?
Oh my God,
it's so weird. I don't understand it. Like I've been trying to like get my head around it for the longest time, but like. Because it isn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, again, we go snowboarding, like, we throw ourselves off, like, stupid jumps, we go upside down, do all the silly stuff. And it's, like, so exhilarating. Whereas, like, there's something about just, like...
It's so...
The calmness of surfing.
We're on the same page, I've had... I've been living here a year. I've been surfing as much as I can. And definitely has been, like, some really memorable waves that I've caught. And they are just so... I mean, one wave, I was so excited... That night I couldn't even sleep the night after it. I was just so buzzed. I was like, fuck, I need to surf again. You know what I mean? It's just, I wish I had a bit more consistency, but there's something so insane about like riding a wave when you get like, especially when you get a wave, which is sort of like, for me, like head high is kind of big and like, maybe a bit bigger, but that surge of water, you know what I mean? And you can feel the power of it. It's just like, and then especially when you're down the line and you're up for a while, it's like, you're just like, what the fuck?
It's meant to, I like almost like don't want to understand it. I almost want to let that feeling just happen and be like, cool, this is just what it is.
Yeah, that's wild. It. For me, it's just figuring out my positioning, I think. I'm figuring out the tides and the beat. There's a lot of it. It's like that, isn't it? It's just so much knowledge.
For sure.
But yeah, man, love it. Like I say, you got to come down here and come surfing. So,
man, so keen.
All right, next question. So, what's one thing people would be surprised to know about you? So it's one I ask everyone.
Okay.
Is there anything out there that you know?
So I guess I have this perception online of being like a bit of like a moody guy and a bit like stoic.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And then people meet me and they're like, oh, like you're actually like quite nice. And I was like, that's not the impression I want to be giving off to people. It's like it's pretty bad, isn't it? But I guess like I've kind of cut my teeth in like the model world with like having like a stronger, like tougher face, I guess. So I'm not smiling in photos. So like, I had a client the other day. They'd be like, oh, you're really easy to work with. Like we thought you'd be a bit of
and maybe a bit of that. People think like, I don't know, you've got so much epic stuff going on. Some people might carry a bit of like, bit of attitude with it, but you're just such a laid back, chill dude, and that's the best thing about it. I think is you got that persona really. When people meet you, they're like,
for sure. Maybe that's actually something I need to portray a little bit more of like. Like right now, man, I'm so slow. Like, I've got like. I'll go away in 3 weeks time. But until then, I'm just chilling. Like,
really?
And, like, I've got no like, so I'm just trying to do like, as much like fun stuff as I can, like around here and like locally. But
amazing.
maybe that's the impression to give off.
Yeah.
I'm down to earth, let's say.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's wicked. All right, next one. This is a random one, but I'm asking everyone. I think it's a good one. What's your favorite UK snowboarder?
It's got to be Jamie Nichols, right? It's got to be Jamie.
Yes.
I love him to bits.
It's got to be Jamie.
Not just because he's my boy, but yeah, he's man, like God, at his peak, right? He was the guy, right? His rails are just untouchable,
and he's still so good as well. Like he's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's mad. Like, I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. No, a couple of months now. But yeah, like man, like we did a couple of seasons, like going out together and like shooting. I was shooting for him.
Yeah, I saw some of those shots the other day. Actually,
man, the way he can just switch it on and just like, because like I love him to bits, but like he's quite chill. He's like super unassuming. See him on a mountain. It's just like, what on earth has possessed you, man? It's it's wild, man.
Yeah, he's a beast, and he still is.
And he's just lovely. He's just like the nicest guy I've ever met.
Yeah,
so
I know. So down to earth, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good lad. He's a good lad.
Epic dude. Love that. All right, man. So yeah, last one. What's happening next for you then? I know you said you got something happening in a few weeks. Like
I've just got like a little trip to Spain with a bike brand. The big one, I'm off to Mongolia for a month.
Oh wow!
To go, yeah, so I'm doing 2 weeks riding and 2 weeks shooting. So there's a company out there who have like a massive fleet of Husqvarna bikes. And first of all, we're like shooting content, and they're like, they're marketing material for the next couple of years. And then another film crew are flying out to film like almost like a mini documentary or like
nice.
Like tell a bit of a story, and I'm riding in that. So I've like positioned myself in Mongolia for a month, which should be pretty exciting, man. I'm looking forward to it.
That's amazing. What was that new film you said you just there was something you've just put out?
Yeah, Finding Latitude. It's on YouTube. It's on my Instagram, on my link to bio and stuff.
It's like a short film.
Yeah, 15-minute like mini documentary of like me and friend Peter and Semi flew out there for pushing 3 years ago now. And we shot for a bike rental company out there, but whilst we were there, we filmed like an extra piece.
Nice.
And the boys have worked like tirelessly on it, and it's like,
wicked.
Yeah, it shows the journey of like, me being in London and being like relatively uninspired, and then getting out to Ecuador and just like having my mind blown at how
mate, I gotta watch
diverse
this.
And beautiful. Yeah, man, I'll send you the link. It's
I'll put it in the when I put this out, I'll make sure the link's there so people can check it out as well. So
sick. Cheers, man.
Dude, thank you. I've enjoyed like every second of that. Thanks for coming on the poddy.
Mate, thanks for having me down, man. It's been good to have a proper chat.
It's been good to have a chat, and love hearing your story and your work, especially the ones about the photos. That was awesome. Really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'll keep in touch, and I'll give you a shout. Hopefully I'll see you down here for a surf, and we'll get away.
Yeah, sick, man. Yeah, give me a shout when it's good, and I'll cruise on over.
Sick, brother. All right, man.
Awesome. See you later, bro.
Bye.